Okay, that's a lot better. You like my little pose there? Me and the cat's showing off. Okay, let's do this thing. Hey everyone, this is Social Dissonance, also known as Shepard, and this will be my hunting horn tutorial for Monster Hunter Portable 3rd. Now, this was not present in Monster Hunter Tri, so this is a completely new weapon for those of you that began the series there. However, for those of you coming back from Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, it may as well be a new weapon entirely. And that's because what was once just called, recital mode, has been just merged into the way you attack normally. And the way that works is that there are essentially 3 notes you can play. There's white or purple. It's white or purple. Early low-rank weapons have white, but you eventually upgrade to purple. Color 1, which for this weapon is blue, and color 2, which is yellow. And depending on the way you hold, depending the direction you're holding when you attack, will sometimes change the attack. Like if I'm standing still and I'm pressing triangle, I'm just going to kind of get this a normal side attack. However, if I'm holding forward, I will do this kind of like lunging forward high attack, which is of course great for hitting monsters. Likewise, when I press circle, I go to the side, and that's pretty much the same always, right? However, if you press it circle twice in a row, you'll do this swipe attack followed by a poke. Of course, the poke plays a sound as well. If you want to do some sort of infinite combo, you can press triangle, circle, triangle, circle, and usually if a monster is stunned, that's the attack I do. Maybe someday a full damage formula will be released and we'll know what the most damage over time is. However, that seems to work out pretty well for me. Just one last note, you can press select and you will do a little poke, which is pretty much the same as pressing circle, however you get it out quickly. Of course, that does almost no damage at all. However, it gets a note out rather quickly. So just to note about the songs. The way you play songs is you press R. If you don't actually have a song loaded, you'll just kind of do nothing. However, what we want to do right away, almost all the time, is press triangle, triangle, which will play 2 white notes, and then you press R. And going into recital mode now, which is what we'll call that, or going into song playing mode, will actually activate a different attack. And depending on the combination of notes you did, whatever the last note was, whatever the last attack was, will kind of trigger a different sort of move there. Now for this weapon, and actually you can find out through all the weapons, if you go to the weapon status screen, if you go to pages 6 and 7, it'll show the various songs you can play. The first one there, the first song, White White, all weapons have that, or Purple Purple. The first application of it will give you faster moving speed with the weapon out. So you can see now I'm moving around a lot faster than I was before. It's actually one of the faster weapons in the game once you've played it once. If you play a second time while the first activation is still going, you'll actually get ESP, so now your attacks will no longer bounce. However, just a quick note, if you do the triangle circle attack, the big smash attack, that also has ESP as well, so you will not bounce with that attack if you don't feel like playing White White once. Otherwise, the rest of the songs for this, I did a quick translation. White, blue, blue does defense. Yellow, blue, white does elemental resistance. Yellow, yellow, yellow does sonic. And I actually forget what white, yellow, blue does. I must have not done that translation. Let's find out. And just keep pressing R, and you'll immediately go into some sort of recital mode. Oh, that is infinite stamina, which is actually good, because I kind of wanted that. Because I'll be able to show off something else. Just a quick note about this armor set here. I've got Kuropeko armor. This is actually a great set for going into online with if you prefer using the hunting horn. Not only does it have a bunch of skills for improving your recovery and your teammates' recovery, because there's wide area +1, it also has horn, which increases the duration of all your songs by 1 minute, which is, you know, a fairly decent amount of time in this game. So the monster we're fighting right now is called the Urkusus. It's kind of like a deranged rabbit/panda creature. And just a quick note, these like 2-legged Pelagius type monsters are it's really hard to hit their heads, so I may not actually get a KO with this weapon. However, I just want to point out it is possible. You know, it's not Not, you know, not impossible. Whoa, we gotta be careful. There's a quick spot attack there. I think in general you gotta get like a paralysis off or a shock trap off in order to get more hits off to the head. He's certainly easier to knock out than Aoshira, though. Aoshira is actually really difficult to knock out. I think he's got a really high KO resistance. Yeah, I'm trying to land different attacks on him. I'm not doing a very good job. I'm trying to hit his head. This weapon here is just the Sakura Recorder. That may not be the name for it. That's kind of what it was in Unite. It's the Raytheon Bell. Hey, hey! Okay, well this is going to be a great opportunity to kind of show off what I was talking about before. If I positioned myself a little bit better, I'd get off more hits to the head. I may be able to get it anyways. Oops. Well, looks like he got me. You'll just see I love using that forward triangle attack. Only because it's such high range. Like, it's just like, if I'm ever going to hit the head, it's going to be with that attack. Rather than anything else. Otherwise, for just quick one-off damage, of course, the Super Pound, if we want to call it that, does pretty decent amount of damage. What's yellow, blue, white? Oh, elemental resistance. That may actually be like dragon resistance. Maybe it's elemental and blight resistance. I've got no idea. It's not easy for me to test it out, and I don't think there are any translations out for it yet. There we go. There's a KO. And I'm just going to assume, probably correctly so, that his head takes the most damage. His like flank there, like the back of him, I think takes the least amount of damage. Like of his legs. And of course... Oh, okay, here's a little interesting note. I'll point it out, even though this is a weapon tutorial. What's great is occasionally a monster will do something to trigger your cats, and they'll have like a little question mark pop up. Not only does that trigger whatever their special ability is, but it also recovers their life all the way as well. And I hadn't noticed, but I actually ran out of my first song there, which was my first application of Marathon Runner, or Infinite Stamina. But I'll take a hot drink and solve that. And he's already almost done. Very easy to take out. I wasn't even like... I was like fighting him on autopilot. Like I was just trying to think about what I was saying. Okay. So we definitely, you know, you can go straight into a combo of playing a song. You're going to want to do that as soon as you need to play. Again, it's tough to say how much damage those song attack moves do. I'm going to assume fairly decent damage. I'm going to do a better job this time of lining up my KO hits. I wonder if this will actually kill him. Oh man, he's exhausted and he was paralyzed and he's about to get knocked out again. That was just sad. That really wasn't much of a fight at all. Fairly decent showcase though, I guess. To some extent. And this is actually a fairly level appropriate showing. Raytheon is only one HR up above this guy. Of course, I actually have a fairly decent collection of hunting horns. I actually just wanted to use something that was actually fire on him. And actually, there is a Kuropeko hunting horn. I just think it looks weird. So I didn't use it. And I really love the way Cha-Cha's armor looks. That's guild armor there. Look at his little sword. Looks like a little musketeer. So dapper. And I'm just going to try and play a Sonic song here. This is actually my favorite song. Once you like fling it up into the air like that, I think that's really cool. Okay, so up next is going to be a Lance tutorial. Really one of the least changed weapons. Just one small difference from Monster Hunter Tri. However, worth mentioning because it is significant if you are used to counter-canceling. Otherwise, just stay tuned. I'll be going through all the weapons. It'll be gun lance, light bowgun, heavy bowgun, and finally bow. Show it off. So until next time, see you soon. That's because that's what it is. It's a bell. That's what it is. That's called a Sakura. It's called a Sakura Recorder, I think.
You can kill things with it?
I'm about to. I plan on it. I'm gonna kill a crazy, like, bunny with it.
Buddy?
Yeah, it's like an evil bunny. It's not cute at all.